Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much to say here other than welcome to Creepypasta Day 2024. Let's get things going. Ted Michalek, Vince Johnson. They're going to complete the trilogy here. These guys met in the main event of Summertime Madness. Ted wearing black today. He's ready for a fight. They then met again at August Annihilation. Vince coming out, also ready for a fight. 2 out of 3 ends now. Here to kick off Creepypasta today. Vince starting off with an Irish whip. Ted breaks the momentum, catches Vince, wrestles him to the mat with a fireman carry. Vince goes low for the tackle. Now Irish whips Ted into the corner. Ted very quickly rebounds, catches Vince. Vince still reversing, puts Ted in the corner, goes for the enziguri. Ted able to withstand the impact. So Vince is going to lift him up. Great vertical suplex. Ted to his feet. He's got Vince locked in that underhook, and Vince counters, puts Ted right over the shoulder. Ted takes a hard landing to the mat. Vince rushes him, staying on top of him with that swinging neck breaker. Vince lifts him up. Ted reverses the Irish whip. Whoa, what a clothesline to take Vince off his feet. Withstands the impact of that attempted tackle. Ted wrestles his way behind Vince. Goes for a roll-up, trying to end it early. Vince gets the shoulder up. And Ted, staying on him, withstands the attempted tackle. Catches Vince, wrestling him to the mat again with a fireman carry takedown. Vince with a big kick, and then again that swinging neck breaker. Keeping the distance, closed off. Kick, goes for the elbow. Ted counters. Slams Vince, knocks him back, counters the elbow again, clotheslines Vince onto the apron. Vince re-enters the ring. Ted gives him a berth to allow him to come back in. Ted with the Irish whip. And again the clothesline. And Ted with that agility, dodging the attempted drop kick from Vince, picks him up, slams him right to the mat. And look at Ted locking in that surfboard stretch, the patented submission hold. Vintage offense from Ted Michalek. Now Vince again wrestling Ted down with a fireman carry. Picks Ted up. He's got him. Look at the core strength! A sit-down powerbomb, gut-wrench style. Vince gets the shoulder up. That's a big high-impact move Ted threw at him. Ted, quick jabs. Vince this time counters. Whoa, what an uppercut. Knocks Ted back a few paces. Ted counters the elbow. Vince counters the clothesline and puts Ted onto the mat. Gets behind Ted. Oh, there's a backbreaker. Vince does have a bit of a size advantage over Ted. Utilizing that strength there to pick him up. Throwing strikes. Ted counters and gets behind Vince. And again locking in that surfboard stretch. Vince escapes. Kicks Ted right in the gut a few times. Ted counters, gets behind him. Turns him around. And again wrestles him down to the mat. Lifts him up. He's got him. Oh, and again, Vince is pulling out all the wrestling stops. Trying to wrestle circles around Vince, but Vince is able to put Ted to the mat. Ted counters. Wow! Big rear knee jumping step high kick there. Vince goes for the tackle. But Ted counters in kind, tackles Vince, and he might have knocked the wind out of him. Ted is kind of woozy, Vince is woozy, and so Ted instantly locks in a rear naked choke, wearing down on Vince. Trying to cut off the oxygen to the brain, which is going to slow the response time. Vince throwing strikes, able to get Ted off of him. Kicks Ted in the gut, but Ted still wrestles his way behind Vince. Back suplex to put Vince down to the mat. And there's a knee drop right to the shoulder. And look at, whoa! Vince out of nowhere, a tornado backbreaker, but Ted able to get to his feet relatively quickly. And again, puts Vince down. Ted to the top rope. The Phoenix Splash. We've seen that before. Unbelievable athleticism from Ted Michalek. Vince to his feet with aggression. He knew Ted was building too much momentum. Throwing some strikes, but Ted still able to get the jump on Vince and wrestle him to the mat. Ted going up high again. An attempted body splash. Vince counters and puts him down. And now the roll up. Ted tackles Vince. Lifts Vince up. Vince to his feet with aggression. Ted catches the foot. Oh my! Ted doesn't often throw power moves like that. Power strikes, rather. And look at Ted. Oh, Vince. Vince was able to counter despite being clotheslined out of his boots. That might be the opening Vince needed. Now they're going to exchange strikes. Oh, big uppercut. And Vince wants to take Ted out of his boots this time. Vince counters these strikes. He's able to keep Ted from gaining too much momentum. Another uppercut. And Vince hiking up the shorts on a roll after those rapid fire strikes. And he's going to lift Ted. He's got him. There it is. There it is, connecting. Holding the shoulder down. Ted able to get the shoulder up. Kicking out of Vince's finishing move. Ted throws a clothesline out of desperation. Ted's woozy, but he's able to slam Vince to the mat. And now he lifts Vince up. He knows he's got to get Ted back. Look, oh, Vince with a knee to the gut, countering that Northern Lights suplex. Vince with an Irish whip. Huge back elbow, taking Ted down. And look at Vince driving the knees right into the side of the leg. And Vince, oh, look at Ted caught him. Big pile driver. Wow. And that's going to keep Vince down. But Vince again, to his feet with aggression. Ted gets behind him, locks in the surfboard stretch. Wow. Vince makes the escape. Ted throws a right hand to take Vince down. Lifts him up. Ted again going up high and lands the body splash. And lands a, oh, looks like Vince rolled out of the way of an elbow. Goes low. Ted withstands. Counters the right hand, but Vince puts him on the other side. Gets on the other side of Ted. Oh my gosh! Wailed on the back of the head, and there's a knee breaker to Ted. Vince is still able to stay on him. And there's an uppercut. But Ted comes back. Look at the kick to the face and then a running DDT. And now he's going to lift Vince up. Vince gets to his feet, throws Ted off. Irish whip. Oh, what an enziguri step up. Knocks Ted down. And now Vince lifts him. Look at, what are we going to see? The shoulder shot. Shoulder shot connecting. And the cover. That could do it. Holding him down. And Ted's still able to get the shoulder up. Vince is staying on him. Vince has got Ted where he wants him. Gets behind him. And again, oh, look at that falling back suplex. Wow. And Ted is down. Vince, oh my gosh. Those blows are strong enough to knock you out cold. And now Vince dropping the elbow down to the thigh. Hiking the shorts up once again. Ted gets behind him, trying to keep Vince off his game. Tackles him to the mat. Vince to his feet with aggression. Ted gets behind Vince. But Vince puts Ted right into the corner. Ted takes a hard impact. He's going to swing him. He's going to swing him. Swing connects from the top rope. Hook of the inside leg. And that's going to do it. Vince Johnson gets the 3 count, gets the victory to open up Creepypasta Day. Wow, look at that on replay. Oh my gosh. That's some crazy impact. And the 3 count, and that's all she wrote.